Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students, in the last lecture, we had discussion on what is heredity and what is inheritance, and how the characters are transferred from one generation to another generation. Today, we'll talk about chromosomes and the types of chromosomes, DNA and RNA. So, let us start with chromosomes. So, the structure in the nucleus of cells that carries the heredity characteristics is called the chromosome. It is made up mainly of nucleic acids and proteins. During cell division, chromosomes can be clearly seen under the compound microscope. Genes, which contain the information about heredity characteristics is in coded form, are located on chromosomes. Each species has a specific number of chromosomes. Each chromosome is made up of DNA and it appears dumbbell shaped midway during cell division. There is constricted region on each chromosome. It is called the primary constriction or centromere. So as you can see in this diagram, students, this is how it looks like when it gets condensed during cell division, like a dumbbell shape, and there is a central body called a centromere, and there are two arms, P arm the shorter one and the Q arm the longer one. These are called arms of chromosomes. This divide the chromosome into two parts. Each part is called an arm. Okay, moving ahead. The centromere has a specific position in each chromosome. Depending upon this, there are four types of chromosomes. So let us discuss about types of chromosomes. Number 1, metacentric chromosome. The centromere is exactly at the midpoint in this chromosome, and therefore the chromosome looks like the English letter V. The arms of this chromosome are equal in length. Okay, so metacentric or metacentric chromosomes, this is how it looks like. Okay, metacentric chromosome. Okay, the centromere is exactly at the center and two arms are of equal length. Okay, now let us talk about submetacentric. So submetacentric chromosome, the centromere is somewhere near the midpoint in this chromosome, which therefore looks like English letter L. One arm is slightly shorter than the other. Okay, so it's look like L. You can see here metacentric chromosome, it's look like L. Now let us come to the third one, acrocentric chromosome. The centromere is near one end of this chromosome, which therefore looks like the English letter J. One arm is much smaller than the other. Okay, it's look like J. Okay, you can see here, yeah, this one acrocentric, look like J. The fourth one, telocentric chromosome. So the telocentric chromosome is where the centromere is right at the end of this chromosome, making the chromosome look like the English letter I. This chromosome consists of only one arm. Generally, in somatic cells, chromosomes are in pairs. If the pair consists of similar chromosomes by shape and organization, they are called homologous chromosomes. And if they are not similar, they are called heterologous chromosome. If the pair of chromosome they are similar by shape, they are called as homologous, and if they are not, they are called heterologous chromosome. In case of organism that reproduce sexually, one of the chromosomal pairs is different from others. Chromosome of this type of this different pair are called allosomes and other are called autosomes. Now let us talk about DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. So deoxyribonucleic acid is actually the part of chromosome. Chromosome are mainly made up of DNA. Okay, this acid was discovered by Swiss biochemist Friedrich Mischer in 1869. Okay, while studying white blood cells. Initially, this acid was reported to be only in the nucleus of cells, hence it was named nucleic acid. However, it was later realized that it is present in other parts of the cell too. Molecules of DNA are present in all organisms from viruses and bacteria to human beings. These molecules control the functioning, growth, and division of the cell and are therefore called master molecules. The structure of the DNA molecule is the same in all organisms. In 1953, Watson and Crick produced a model of the DNA molecule. As per this model, two parallel threads of nucleotides are coiled around each other. This arrangement is called a double helix. This structure can be compared with the coiled and flexible letter. So this is how DNA looks like. Okay, you can see here. Each strand in the molecule of DNA is made up of many small molecules called as nucleotide. There are 4 types of nitrogenous base: adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine. Adenine and guanine are called as purines, while cytosine and thymine are called pyrimidines. In the structure of the nucleotide, a molecule of a nitrogenous base and phosphoric acid are each joined to a molecule of sugar. Okay, so this is how the DNA looks like. Okay, this is how the DNA looks like. Okay, double helical structure. So it's how the position is: a cell have nucleus have chromosomes, and chromosomes are made up of DNA. This is Watson and Crick model. You can see, yeah, this one, Watson and Crick model. So it is mentioned here, DNA, there are 4 types of nitrogenous base. Nucleotides are also 4 types. Nucleotides are arranged like a chain in a molecule of DNA. The 2 threads of DNA molecule are comparable to 2 rails of a ladder, and each rail is made up of alternately joined molecules of sugar and phosphoric acid. Each rung of the ladder is a pair of ladder, and each rail is made up of alternately joined molecules of sugar and phosphoric acid. Each rung of the ladder is a pair of nitrogenous bases joined by hydrogen bonds. Adenine always pairs with thymine and cytosine always pairs with guanine. Okay, so this is how DNA looks like. Now let us talk about gene. Gene. Each chromosome is made up of single DNA molecules. Segment of DNA molecule are called gene. Now students, can you see here, if this is a segment, suppose this is a segment, then this will be called as gene. Okay, due to variety in the sequence of nucleotides, different kinds of genes are formed. These genes are arranged in a line. Genes control the structure and function of the cells and of the body. Also, they transmit the heredity characteristics from parents to offspring. Hence, they are said to be the functional units of heredity. That is why many similarities are seen between parents and their offspring. Information about protein synthesis is stored in the genes. So genes are very important part of DNA and played a very responsible role or very important role in transforming the characters. And there is a technique called DNA fingerprinting technique. This technique is used particularly to catch the criminals and to decide who is the parentage issue, who is the parent of a particular child. So this is a very important technique because every one of us have different DNA. Just like a fingerprint, the DNAs are also different. So here what if I have explained you that what is can be seen over here, you can see in this diagram the DNA have pair of nitrogenous bases like adenine, thymine, guanine or cytosine. Then these are the rails made up of rails of the DNA made up of sugar and phosphoric acid. Okay, this is how sugar and the bases are joined together. You can see here in a phosphoric acid group. So that is how the DNA looks like. Now, if we let us talk about another important nucleic acid called as RNA, ribosomal, the ribonucleic acid, the types of RNA as well. Let us discuss. RNA is the second most important nucleic acid of the cell. This nucleic acid is made up of ribose, sugar, phosphate molecules, and 4 types of nitrogenous bases like adenine, guanine, cytosine, and uracil. The nucleotide, that is the smallest unit of the chain of the RNA molecule, is formed by combination of a ribose sugar, phosphate molecule, and one of the nitrogenous bases. Large numbers of nucleotides are bonded together to form the macromolecule of RNA. And according to the function, there are 3 types of RNA. Ribosomal RNA, the molecule of RNA which is a component of the ribosome organelle is called ribosomal RNA. Ribosomes perform the function of protein synthesis. Then we have another RNA called as messenger RNA. Okay, this messenger RNA, also called as mRNA, the RNA molecule that carries the information of protein synthesis from gene, that is DNA chain in the cell nucleus, to ribosomes in the cytoplasm, which produce the protein, is called messenger RNA. Then comes transfer RNA, tRNA, the RNA molecule which according to the message of the mRNA carries the amino acid up to the ribosome and is called transfer RNA. So according to the function, students, if you can see here, the name itself make you understand. If it is ribosomal, attached to the ribosome. If it is messenger, it's carry the message, and if it is transfer, the transfer of message to to the ribosome for the synthesis of protein. So this is how RNA, the another important nucleic acid, is present in a cell, and its function and its type. So this much is enough for today. Go through this part from your textbook. Next time we'll discuss the further topic of this chapter. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.